In recent years, something has shifted in the gaming industry. Western games, once known for their innovative and captivating experiences, seem to be losing their touch. Meanwhile, Eastern games are thriving, captivating players worldwide. What's going on? Why is there a growing divide between the two? Today we're going to dive into why Western games are struggling with their focus on pushing diversity, equity and inclusion, while Eastern games are succeeding by prioritising great gameplay and storytelling. Let's take a closer look. Over the past decade, Western developers have increasingly placed emphasis on diversity, equity and inclusion, or DEI, within their games. On the surface, this seems like a positive change. More representation, more voices. But there's a problem when these initiatives are used as the primary focus in game development, overshadowing what really makes games great: solid gameplay and compelling stories. Take Concord for example. This hero shooter from a Western studio was marketed with a strong emphasis on its diverse character roster. While it's great that we're seeing more inclusive characters in games, the problem arises when the focus shifts from crafting a compelling, immersive gameplay experience to ticking boxes on representation. There's a real risk that the game may prioritise pushing a message over creating a fun, engaging environment for players. Veilguard, another example, tries to tackle complex social issues within its narrative. While some might argue that video games are a great medium to explore important topics, the issue lies in how these themes are often woven into the gameplay. When developers put more effort into making a statement than crafting a captivating world or solid mechanics, the result can feel disjointed, as if the story is trying to serve an agenda rather than drawing players into a rich and engaging experience. Another example of Western games missing the mark is Assassin's Creed Shadows, the latest entry in the Assassin's Creed series. While it was initially hyped as a return to the series' roots, focusing on stealth, parkour and historical settings, it quickly became clear that it was more concerned with checking diversity boxes than delivering the gameplay experience fans loved. The game's portrayal of its protagonists, as well as its forced political undertones, overshadowed the series' trademark innovation and immersion. The team behind Shadows seems less experienced with the essence of what made Assassin's Creed great and focused on fitting into the current cultural climate. As a result, the game has struggled to resonate with long-time fans who feel like the franchise is being pushed in a direction that prioritises messages over player engagement. Meanwhile, Eastern games, particularly from countries like China, Japan and South Korea, have been focusing on what really matters to players, creating fun, engaging and immersive experiences. These games are succeeding not because they are pushing agendas, but because they are centered around incredible gameplay, world building and stories that resonate with players on a deeper level. Take Black Myth Wukong for example, an action RPG that gained massive attention. Developed by Game Science, this game is based on the Chinese classic Journey to the West, blending rich mythology with cutting-edge gameplay. It doesn't prioritise social agendas, it prioritises making a game that excites and challenges players. The fluid combat system, the detailed environments, and the intricate world building showcase the studio's dedication to crafting something special without feeling the need to conform to external pressures. Another great example is Stellar Blade, a visually stunning action game developed by South Korean studio Shift Up. With its fast-paced combat, breathtaking graphics, and fascinating world, Stellar Blade is all about delivering a captivating experience for the player. The story is driven by the environment and the characters' personal journeys, without forcing any social commentary or a political message. It's a game that keeps you coming back for the action and the world, not because it's trying to make a point. Elden Ring, developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco, stands as one of the best examples of a game that prioritises player experience and craftsmanship above all else. This action RPG takes place in a beautifully realised open world, rich in lore, exploration, and challenging combat. What sets Elden Ring apart from many Western titles is its refusal to pander to trends or force any particular agenda. The story, world building, and difficulty are all designed to engage players on a deep level, without any external pressure to conform to political or social expectations. The result is a game that has captivated a global audience, becoming a cultural touchstone precisely because it focuses on making an incredible immersive experience, showing that, in the end, great gameplay speaks for itself. Despite their focus on quality, Eastern developers have been unfairly criticised and misrepresented by some Western outlets claim these games are problematic because they don't focus on DEI as much. This has led to a kind of backlash against Eastern games in the West, with some critics viewing their lack of overt political commentary as a flaw, when in reality, these developers are simply letting the gameplay shine. In the West, there seems to be a shift towards trying to fix the industry through representation and pushing agendas. On the other hand, Eastern developers remain steadfast in their belief that if you make a great game, players will come, regardless of who or what is represented. It's a different mindset that allows developers to focus on core elements like gameplay balance, pacing, and engaging mechanics, rather than pandering to outside pressures. Consider the gameplay mechanics of titles like Black Myth Wukong or Stellar Blade. These games succeed because they focus on what matters most, the player's experience. They understand that a great game isn't about meeting social expectations, but about crafting a memorable experience that speaks to universal themes of challenge, exploration, and self-discovery. Great games don't need to fit into a box. They don't need to lecture the player. They don't need to be politically correct or push a particular worldview. What they need to do is pull the player in, make them think, challenge their skills, and offer them an experience they can't forget. Look, when developers focus on making a great game, people notice. The world design of Elden Ring, or the intricate combat of Black Myth Wukong, players respect quality. In the end, it's the game that speaks for itself, not the social message behind it. So what can we take from all this? Western developers need to remember that while diversity and inclusion are important, they should never come at the cost of quality. If you focus on making great games that prioritise deep, meaningful gameplay and captivating narratives, the audience will come. The key is balance. Tell your stories, yes, but don't forget to put the player's experience first. In the end, the best games will always be those that stay true to the heart of gaming: fun, challenge, and a world worth losing yourself in. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Eastern games are winning because of their focus on quality, or is it something else at play? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.